Thank you, Vicki, and ladies. I have to say, I feel like I've walked into my Hebrew school fantasy. Oh, you're all sweet and everything. Where were you when I was a kid? I needed you there. You gave me a very hard time, I have to say. Jewish girls, but really. I struck out a lot. And then I met this cute shiksa, you know, who was Irish even. And I said, oh, here's a way to go. And then she seemed, I'm going to say easy. And I proposed to her, and thinking this is definitely the way to go. And right before we got married, she said, "Guess what? I'm converting." So now I have this drunken yenta around the house. All right, I'm going to read you a little from the book. By the way, before I came, I was a little nervous. I'm like, oh, this ladies group. I'm worried it's going to be all menopause and boobs and shaving and, God forbid, blood.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to worry. So we're talking about family today. You'll see how it runs through everything. It ran through. By the way, the three of you were just marvelous. I'm nervous. It's really an honor to be with you. Thank you. All right, prologue. My brother Richard got married on September 5th, 1993. I was the best man, and with that honor comes the giving of the toast. I'd been earning a living as a writer on an assortment of television sitcoms for about 4 years at this point. This was way before Raymond. And so I felt there was an expectation to be humorous whenever forced to speak in public, a self-imposed pressure, but real nonetheless. As if I deeply needed to communicate to people, see, I can be funny, it's not my fault the shows are terrible. And so I racked my brain for material. Material at family functions often focused on the family at hand. And my particular family had served me well in the past. Years earlier, I wrote a little poem at my parents' 25th anniversary party at their nonstop insistence. That seemed to be hilarious to the relatives and friends. Better than Broadway, I had been told. But now at this wedding, I was 33, and there were people there who didn't know the family, and worse, didn't know me. But here he is, the Hollywood Toastmaster. This could be a bad wedding, meaning I could bomb. And then it hit me, an anecdote that had actually happened, that I had suppressed for several years, that drove me nuts then, and thinking about it again now rekindled the nuts. And it illustrated the insanity in our family and would serve as a warning to Richard's wife, Karen, as to why she should perhaps reconsider marrying into this psycho boy. Why she should run screaming into the hills rather than subject herself to a life of unrelenting complaining and unbearable frustration, petty domestic politics, and life under maternal rule. The more I thought about this story, I realized it wasn't funny at all. But that didn't matter anymore. I had to tell it as a purely cautionary tale. The fact that the toast would come at the wedding reception and that my brother and his wife would be already married didn't change the urgency of my warning. Karen, I started, there's still time to run. I explained, when I first started to make a little money in Hollywood, I bought my mom for Hanukkah, I thought I was being nice, a gift of Fruit of the Month Club. And I actually got this phone call. Philip, your gift arrived today. Did you know it was a box of pears? And I said, yeah, Mom, you like them? Oh, yes, they're very nice, but there's over a dozen pears. What am I going to do with all these pears? And I said, I think you're supposed to eat them, Mom. She said, myself? I said, well, you can give me some to Dad. favor. Don't ever send us any more food again. And I said, well, Ma, another box is coming next month. And she said, what, more pears? I said, no, a different box every month. She said, every month? What, did you get us in some kind of cult? What am I going to do with all this fruit? I said, you eat it, Ma, share it with your friends. She said, which friends? I said, I don't know, Lee and Stan. She said, Lee and Stan buy their own fruit. Why did you do this to me? I said, I didn't know it was such a big deal. She goes, I can't talk anymore. There's too much fruit in the house. I'm skipping ahead. Another gift that went awry. When the show was up and running for a year or two, you give the cast and crew a gift at holiday time. And so I thought, it's a domestic show, how about a little domestic gift? And so I got them a toaster. I got them a toaster that said everybody loves Raymond on it, and everybody seemed to love it. And I thought I'd send one to my folks as well because, you know, they're very proud of the show and they supposedly like me. So I sent them. And I didn't hear from them for a few weeks. So I thought something was, maybe they didn't get it. So I called up and my father answered the phone this time. He said, hello? I said, hi, Dad. Oh, hello, Philip. I said, did you get the gift I sent you for Hanukkah? The what? I said, I sent you something. I sent you something. Did you get it? Did you see what it was? Oh, yes, yes. Very nice. Thank you. Yes. I said, did you see what it was? What? It was a toaster, I think. What? I said, oh, I know what happened. You didn't take it out of the box, because in the Cuisinart box, you got to take it out of the box. Dad, go get it, take it out of the box, you see what it says, then I'll get the good reaction that I want. And there's a long pause, and he goes, I don't have it with me right now. What did you do? Another long pause, and he says, your mother wanted a coffee maker. They took my thoughtful gift, took to Macy's, lied to them. Traded my gift for a coffee maker. And our joke was in the writer's room that somebody probably got that coffee maker, got the toaster, took it home, took it out of the box, saw what it was, put it back in the box, brought it back to Macy and said, we'd like the Fraser toaster. I was yelling at him on the phone. I was actually at work when I found out that he'd done this. You know, you're the show. You are the show. You are the reason we have a show. He said, you're welcome. I'm skipping ahead. One more. Oh, I lost something. You hairspray.